afternoon, Outliers. Happy Monday. I hope that you had just the best weekend ever this weekend. We have quite a lot to do today, like quite a lot. So I'm not going to dilly-dally around too much, but want to make sure you're here. Make sure you're ready to go because we're going to be doing some work today. Hope you're ready. Dave, good to see you. Wes is here. Randy made it. Leo, good to see you as well. All right. Before we do that, I did see something I want to cover real quick. Dave's home state of Arizona had a special visitor over the weekend. The one and only, incredibly eloquent, incredibly intelligent, incredibly forthcoming, and soon to be the incredible next president of the United States of America, Kamala Harris, or Kamala Harris. I don't even know how to say her name. One of them. Kamala Harris decided to visit Arizona this weekend. Probably say hi to Dave. And let's see, Tug. Let's see what Dave had to say. It was time she showed up at the border, about damn time, right?
Unthinkable from her end. She actually visited the southern border over the weekend, the very border that even the legacy media had to admit she hasn't visited in over 3 years, even though, yes.
Remember that interview when, I don't know who it was, one of those people, sorry. One of the interviewers, they were like, have you been to the border? And she's stumbling over her words and she's like, the border is secure. And then he's like, but I ask you, did you go to the border? And she's like, well, I haven't been to Europe either. What does that matter? It's like, really? And so now 40 days out from the election or whatever, you decide to show up. Yeah, we're not buying it at this point anymore. Kamala. Randy is laughing at that. Hey, Bob, good to see you. Randy says, first time at the border. Give me a break.
She was the border czar. She was in charge of the disastrous southern border that has been the site of millions upon millions of illegals pouring into the country during her tenure. And to add insult to her hypocritical injury, Kamala was ridiculed for wearing a $62,000 necklace to the southern border. Good old middle-class Kamala. You know, she comes from a neighborhood where everyone loves their lawns. Do you remember that? Everyone is so proud of their lawns. Well, according to her, yeah, but Kamala walks around a border that she's never visited, but had no problem leaving wide open, wearing a $62,000 necklace. You wonder.
That is pretty hilarious. A $62,000 necklace down at the border. So I have an acquaintance who is an ICE agent, right? Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. And he comes to the Boy Scout meetings and we chat every now and then. I always like to ask him, hey, did you go on any vacations lately? And for a while, you know, he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to Venezuela. Oh yeah, I'm going to Uruguay. Oh yeah, I'm going to wherever, right? Deporting these people back to where they came from. And about a year or two ago, he's like, no, not doing anything. Just sitting on my hands like everybody else in our office. We don't get to do anything anymore. They literally shut us down. They said, don't send back the people that you're catching. Don't even bother catching them because we're not going to send them back. And I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. Outright disgusting what she allowed to have happen. And now she's trying to run on Trump's border wall. At one point was a medieval vanity plan by her own words. Now she actually has political ads that have his border wall as part of the ad. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Randy says, I've been to the border and my best friend works on it. That border is a total cluster F. Hey, Peter. Sebastian made it.
Where she gets money like that from. How many middle-class neighborhoods that really like their lawns have $62,000 necklaces lying around? Regardless, the Border Patrol Union absolutely shredded cackles for her little border stunt where she spent 20 minutes for a photo op trying to make everyone forget that over the past.
And that's the thing that nobody in their right mind is believing anything she says, because the problem here is that she is the incumbent. And when she says, when I'm president, I'm going to fix this, that, or the other. The problem here, lady, is that when you were vice president, you allowed this, that, and the other to occur. And if you actually could do something about it, you would have done that in the last 3.5 years, fixing it, instead of saying on your campaign, oh, I'm going to fix the problems that I created when I'm president. I mean, really? Like, what do you expect from me? I'm not president yet, so I can't do anything about it yet. Just grinds my gears. How much is Trump's Rolex? Bro, Brian, We all know Trump's a billionaire. That's not the thing here, right? Exactly.
Last 3.5
Multi-billionaire, I'd like to point out. His bank account is huge.
years, she let in millions upon millions upon millions of illegals. And now we've got the crime stats on that. Did you see this over the weekend? This is from Fox.
Yeah, we're going to stop right here, right? This is awful. This is, think of it this way. These are the number of people that they can link to a horrendous violent crime. And that came from the ICE deputy director, right? This is not made up. 425,000 linked to some sort of crime. Yet all of the people who came through, that's the only ones that they've accounted for. If we had 10 million people come through, we're talking 5% of them that they've actually been able to account for that are criminals, right? I mean, realistically speaking, it could be so many more than that. And while these numbers look huge, imagine, like, this is a stadium worth of people right here, a football stadium worth of violent offending criminals that are very soon to be commander-in-chief, greatest, most qualified person in the entire world to lead the greatest nation in the world, let through the border. This is the thing. I think about this all the time because I love politics. I don't care about sports. This is my sports. Really? The most qualified person for the entire half of the country is this lady with these kind of results? Give me a break here. Joel's here, Michael's here, and let's get right into our market analysis. Hey, don't forget, this channel did just post the second half of this two-part series talking about GameStop and then the cult of the dead stock. The channel's name is James Janney. You have to watch these. Oh my gosh, these were so incredible. One thing that I took away that I didn't even know happened was apparently Bed Bath & Beyond retired a whole bunch of shares, right? A whole bunch of people who bought in and were covered in this particular video here, their shares were extinguished, completely eliminated. So they had nothing for it, right? And it's just like, wow, you let that happen. You saw the writing on the wall for months and you let that happen. So this is such a great example of why trading psychology is so important. So I really would encourage you to go check that out. And I would also like to say, welcome to the Outlier Trading Room. This is smart trading made simple. Save time. Oh, wait a minute. As an outlier, you know how to save time, make money, start winning with less risk. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Christopher Yule. I've twice been awarded top 100 people in finance. I've been successfully trading since 2009. I am a partner with Outlier, and this is my style of trading using the Outlier data. I call it the golden ticket trading strategy. And real quick, how does Outlier work? Number one, it's a 4-step process. Number one, Outlier monitors how investors are reacting to changing market conditions, news, price movements, and the economy. Number two, Outlier determines if investors are acting irrationally fearful or greedy and by how much. Number three, Outlier gives buy and sell signals when those irrational behaviors reach an extreme. To number four, allow you to get into the stock move before the Outlier move happens. So let's check out real quick our member highlight for today. Okay, so one thing I love to do every day is jump into our Discord and talk about what's going on in the market. Hey, Yorn is here. Yorn says there are any YouTube links up. Didn't get any. Is there a problem with the Discord? Oh, you know what? It looks like April didn't get a chance to upload those. Talk amongst yourselves for just a moment. I'm going to text April and say, hey, make sure we post these links out. We're working on a big project and we have a due date of Friday. So I totally get how that slipped her mind. So you can blame me. My fault because I put her on a project. Hey, please add the trading room links to the Discord when you have a chance. Okay. She'll take care of it. Don't worry. Sorry about that, Yorn. Glad you made it over here, though. All right. Back in the Discord here real quick. So in the general section, not a whole lot happened over the weekend. WebWiz did notice something saying, this is the first time I recall seeing this happen. We got an uptrend overlay and a sell signal on Microsoft. Listen, first time I've heard of that too. So interesting days, that's for sure. Let's see. Over the weekend, I know there was a couple spots. Oh, very cool. Alex, thank you for sending that over. Sebastian was watching the stream over the weekend, talking about his Bible studies. And yeah, I did get a chance to talk about you, Sebastian, last week. Brian says, change the purpose to investing for the Lord, and you can watch the stream. It's only once a month. The Lord loves me too. Give me the money. I love how Neville, I'm going to say Neville 0017 came through with that. That was pretty funny. So thank you all so much for hanging out in the Discord, right? We do this for you. Don't ever forget. Be sure to share your stories in the Discord. Let us know how you can help, how we can help you, and how you can help each other. That's the important thing. Like Alex just did for Yorn. That is awesome. We really appreciate you guys doing that. And don't forget, the first rule of OVTLYR is to tell everybody about OVTLYR. And don't forget, last week, just last week, we had 4 out of 5 winners. Average returns per trade was over 10.5% per trade. So you know what? We're doing our very best to kick some ass here in OVTLYR, and I hope you are enjoying that, right? And I hope you hit the like button, because I know you're already subscribed, and let YouTube know just how much you like these videos. So let's go right now into the golden ticket trading strategy with the 10 over the 20, price over the 50 on the SPY. Doodle-doodle-doo. Let me go to the SPY. There we go. All right, we got the 10 over the 20, price over the 50. SPY is inside an order block right now, kind of figuring out which direction it's going to go, but the trend is currently higher. So I would say continue to be bullish here in this case. Next is market breadth. Let's go take a look at that. And we'll pop this over. So right now, again, market breadth is looking bearish, right? When we look at the 10 EMA, the number of stocks on the bull list is continuing to grow. When we look for that crossover here, we've got 29 on the bull list today versus 18 on the bear list. So that is growing. That's what we want to see. And that's going to unlock the master key. The SPY signal is currently set on a buy signal. Yep. We've got the market trend being bullish. Market breadth is being bullish, and sector breadth. Let's take a look at sector breadth. I always like to look at this in the mornings when I got my coffee, logging in, seeing what's going on with everything. We have almost half the market bullish right now. The market's bullish. Discretionaries are bullish. Materials are bullish. Staples, technology, utilities, and communications are bullish. Now, materials are pushing really high. Just so you know, my definition of bullish is while it's continuing to go up, I'm still bullish, even if it goes over 75. So right now, this says that, let me explain what this means. Of the materials sector, 84% of the material sector has a buy signal. Now, I like that as long as it's going up, right? Because yesterday, I should say Friday, it was 81. Thursday, it was 80. Wednesday, it was 76. So this is still growing, right? But keep in mind, at some point, we're going to run out of stocks to buy, and all that's left are going to be stocks to sell. So I will definitely keep a watch on that. But for me, that is still considered a bullish setup there. Next, before we take on any new trades, we need to look to reduce risk. We only have 2 trades on right now. One is light and one is NRG. So let's go with NRG first. This will be faster to go through. So NRG, we rolled this on Friday around 91.30. Selling to strength point is at G24. Current one. So this is open. This is profitable. And yesterday's heat map was G19. Today's heat map is G22. I had mentioned I'd get out of G24. So we'll probably get out of this tomorrow or the day after that. We should be hitting around G24. But for now, I don't have a reason to take it off. It's not below the half ATR rolling point, right? Half ATR down from there. It's not below the 10 EMA. There's no order blocks in our way. And it's not stalled, and it's not below yesterday's low. So no reason to hold it. Or I'm sorry, no reason to close it, I should say. Every reason to hold it. Now, light. We rolled this one last week as well. And we actually got the G26 point today on light. So taking a look at this, right? We got in at 61.01. It went up. We rolled it on Friday around 65.14. Came down to half ATR. It's below yesterday's low and below the half ATR, right? Below yesterday's low, below the half ATR. And the heat map 10-point spread was hit today. G26 is where I said I'd get out. because I got in when it was at G16, and now it's run up to G26 today. So I am going to close light, and I'm going to do that right now. All right, light. When we rolled, we got into the 60 calls. Remember last week I said we'll be buying all the 60s by the end of the week. And let's see where we can get out. Let me close position, full position. 475 is midpoint. Let me see if I can get 475. Working at 475. Probably not going to work. Let me try 470. Close position. 470. I did just move it to 470. Oh, I got filled at 477. Hell yeah, I'll take that. Man, my price improvements have been really good over the last week. I'll take it. Okay. So that was light. Rolled light right there. Apply. Today is the 30th. Today is my father's birthday. 77 years old, and I'm really grateful that he's still around. My both of my in-laws passed. So, you know, I always do realize that I have a huge blessing to keep him around. 4.77. Light. 477. Okay. So for me, this was a 30.03% gain. And this was a 4.13% portfolio impact for me, plus 4.13%. Close under half ATR. Hit, heat, map, target, and closed below yesterday's. Okay, cool. So let's talk about how we got to that 30% gain right there. Leo got 480. Yarn got 475. Very cool, guys. Way to go. Okay, how did we get to a 30% win on light? So let's do this light. So I want you to follow along. Okay, so we bought light for 690. Okay, so I always like to say, you know, I paid 690, so minus 690 to start. Then we rolled the 55s up to the 60s for 430. So I'm going to add 430. And we just now closed it for 477. Okay, so that's 217 per contract divided by what we paid originally for, which was 690, which gets you 31%. I take my commissions out of it, 3003. Isn't that freaking sweet? Let's go. So beautiful win on light. I'll take a 30% win every chance I get. All right, so we're out of light. We're keeping NRG. No reason to close it today. Let's move on. Running the screener today. Positive backtest. 1 million shares average volume. Buy signal. Oscillator moving up. All market caps. I like over $20 a share. You can choose to do whatever. The heat map's basically wide open up to G40, and then it has an uptrend overlay. When I ran that, I got 2 names, which was Keys and Timus. I have made a lot of money on Timus. This is T-Mobile. I'm telling you, this is one of those stocks where I was like, you're going to pay for my house, aren't you? And it's like, yeah, I'll pay you back. And I'm like, I like it. So I'm excited about Timus there. And Keys were the only 2 that pulled through today. Both of these sectors are bullish. We've got communications and technology. In fact, let's go to those 2 sectors real quick so you can see them. Oh, I should have gone to technology first. So technology is going to be like Apple's, Microsoft's, things like that. And you can see like this is moving up beautifully. I like it. It's currently at 72% right now. And communication is, these are going to be your like your social medias and your Netflixes and things like that. Also moving up nicely in the sector. So both of those look great. Moving on to the next step, run the scanner or screener, chart scanner. No order blocks in the way, no earnings the next 3 days, 10, 50, 20 price in the direction of the trend and above the prior low. That's what I want to see. So when we look at keys and TMUS, it's actually below yesterday's low right there on keys. So this should not pull through. Yeah. So I'm not going to trade keys. It might come back here in a minute, but I mean, that's one of my exit criterias. So you never put on a trade on a day when you have an exit criteria. And you can see right here, TMUS is looking great. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Let's take a look at the option prices. Let's confirm the heat map's not already stalled on it. TMUS. All right, TMUS. Yesterday was G7, today is G9, so the heat map's not already stalled. Back test on TMUS is 93%. I love it. So 21 days to expiration, 250 plus open interest, less than 50-cent bid-ask spread, 20% or less extrinsic value, puts us around 80 delta. Let's see where we can get on TMUS. All right, I'm going to go to October 18s, see how that looks. Lots of liquidity. That's what it looks like. Thank you very much. 80 delta. Okay, so when you see this, these are most likely strikes that came on today, where it's like 2000, 2008 in between. So that doesn't really phase me, especially if the width of the strikes are good. Then I'm not really going to worry about that. I think it would probably come in. But this one's over $10. I don't really like to go over $10 if I can avoid it. Every once in a while, I can't avoid it. Let's see. Delta of 76, 2,000 open interest, $1.62 on 910. 17%. That'll work. So that gets us at the 200 strike. This is 30 cents wide. So not too bad. TMUS, October 18th, 200 strike calls. Now it's 25 cents wide. Let me start working that order around 885. Got tons of capital to play with. All right, TMUS. Let's go regular expirations, October 18th, 200 calls. Be sure to get your position size. Right, we just got out of light. And let's do this. We just got out of light and we're looking at TMUS, right? Whenever you use the power scanner here, which if you don't already have a copy of it, go over into the VIP Investors Toolkit area right here. Scroll up to power scanner. That's going to bring you to this document. And then here, it'll make you make a copy of it, but put in what you want to see, right? Let's say your account balance is 100,000. You want to risk 7% per trade, get you generally around the 80 delta. Okay. And when we do that, we can see the ATR value. So the volatility value of each of these two are very different, right? On light, it was 237. On TMUS, it's over $4. Okay. So your option size is going to be about half, right? 18 on light versus TMUS having 10. Okay. This is important, right? Because even though this is 3 times bigger, more than 3 times bigger, the ATR is only 2 times bigger. Isn't that interesting, right? So you would think, hey, I could do, let's say, for example, you did 25 on light. Well, of course, you could do 25 on TMUS, right? But that doesn't account for volatility. And that is the thing you got to look for. Yorn's already in at 885. Yorn, I didn't actually put my order in yet. I'm going to put it in for 885 right now, real quick. Oh, no way. Yorn, today is my day, dude. 875. Oh, shit. It says 860 right there. Dang. I thought I was doing really good. 860 right there. That's okay. All right. So let's go ahead and fill this in. This is the only one we're going to take today. Or I'm going to take today. You can do what you want. I always like to phrase it. So opening was 206.95. So let me drop this over here in the 10-minute trading area. And we'll add this in. Today is September 30th. Trade number 1, bot 1018, T-Moose. 200 calls. Which, honestly, the 200 calls for only $8.75 is a really good deal. When trading at 207, what was it? 207 or 206.95. That's what it was when I got it just a moment ago. 206.95. Now, let's fill in the rest of the trade so we understand where we're going to get out, right? So T-Moose, current price or current heat map value, current greed value on this is G9. So for me, I go 10 points up when it's at G9. So G19 would be a sell into strength point for me there. Okay. Next, we want to go a half ATR down. So the current ATR value is 350, it says on here. I will say my calculations on here and the calculations on TrendSpider can be different. The number one reason I can tell you that for sure is that it has, in TrendSpider, it has today's candle included, where mine is lagged by 1 day, just based on the data that I can pull out of Google. So that's where you'll see those discrepancies. But 350, let's say 352. So 3.52 divided by 2, $1.76 down from 206.95. It's 205.19. That'll work there. Okay. And let's go 1 ATR up. Communications sector is blue. Does that matter? So what Joel's referring to is up here. If you look at these, the shading of them, it corresponds to that particular index. So let's go to that real quick. So I'll show you exactly what I mean. For me, not so much. I'm just looking for the breadth right here. But let's take a look at what Joel is talking about. So I'm going to pop open a couple of these so you know. So let's look at one that's green. So like XLF. And then XLC is communication sector. Oh, that's right. We don't have all the data in for XLC. That's the one index, the one sector that you're not going to be able to get in OVTLYR. You see, we've got all the others here. I'll pop this open. The reason being is we just don't have enough history on it, Joel. That's something we have asked for in the past, but we just don't have enough data on it yet. So this is the green overlay, like what's shown up here for financials. And if we go up here to communication, it shows blue, mainly, I would bet, because we don't have that communication services. As you can see, we just don't have the data for it yet. Copy that. Very cool. All right. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I'll take that. Already a nice little winner. The orange should be in the green at this point now. All right, let's add the ATR values back onto this real quick. So 352 plus 206.95 gets me at 210.47. Way up. Good Lord, I want that. I will love rolling this one. Oh, that's not right. Hang on. 206.95 plus 3.52 plus 13.99. There we go. So that's the plan on T-Moose, right? If it goes up, which, you know what? There's a great chance it is, because it is an outlier pick today. And as you have seen, these outlier picks are pretty damn awesome, right? Can't guarantee anything, right? Of course, last week, like I said, we pulled an 80% win rate. Hopefully we can do the same again this week. If we can. This one, oof, I'm excited about this one. We'll just have to see how it goes. You can't, and here's the other thing too, right? Even though I've had incredible success with T-Moose, even though I say I'm excited about it right now, you still got to position size correctly. Don't throw everything into a single trade, because if it does go wrong, right, I'll be able to survive. Will you? I hope so. Okay, that's going to wrap everything today. Again, apologies for not having the links in the Discord. We should have that updated by tomorrow. But like I say, we are working on a pretty huge project. Oh, Mahesh just replied in the Discord about this Microsoft. Let's take a look at Microsoft real quick for fun in OVTLYR. Microsoft having an uptrend today and a sell signal today. Yeah, look at that. I don't know. It happens though. So they are two different data points. Keep that in mind, right? The uptrend overlays is saying how is the trend of the stock moving right now. The oscillator, the blue line, is the projection of where that's going to go. Projection of which direction it's moving. And then the buy and sell signals are the amalgamation, big word of the day, the amalgamation of everything OVTLYR has together in one simple, easy to read signal, right? That's the objective with those. So thank you so much for being an OVTLYR, right? We literally couldn't do this without you, right? And I'm so stoked that you are coming back every single day to join us in the trading room. I see that we've got a great number of people that are watching live, right? Let me know, is this helpful to you? How can I make this better for you, right? Because I am always, always, always on your side trying to make this better. Everything that you see in OVTLYR, we are always refining, always trying to make things better because we use this ourselves as traders, and we want to make sure that it's the best program ever that you've come across. Because we want to pay you back by helping you save time, make money, start winning with less risk. And don't forget, today is the last day you can get the annual pass for just $2.99. That's it. After today, the price is going up. If you don't already have the annual plan for $2.99, you really need to go get it, right, Peter? You really need to go get the annual pass for just 82 cents because it's going up, right? But don't forget, the first rule of OVTLYR is tell everybody about OVTLYR, right, Dave? Tell everybody you know about OVTLYR and to hit the like button. You guys are killing it on the like button. YouTube has really noticed, and YouTube is starting to push our videos out a lot further. And I want you to know that I really appreciate you doing that, right? We want to help as many people as we can become OVTLYRs just like you. And the way you can do that for me right now is just by hitting the like button. It's totally free. Wes says, thank you, Chris. You are very, very welcome. Have a fantastic afternoon. I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Make sure you bring a friend too. Talk soon.